how is it possible that a quarter of Americans have yet to make up their mind about Donald Trump and Joe Biden? All that and more now on Graph's Grievances. A shocking new poll from the Wall Street Journal finding that about 26% of the electorate has yet to make up their mind about Donald Trump and Joe Biden. This meaning that if the two men were to face off again for president next year, 26% of those planning to vote are undecided. 26%! This confounding number of undecided voters likely to determine who wins the White House next year, as numerous polls show Trump and Biden running neck and neck with the rest of the electorate. Of course, the autocratic yearning Trump has yet to win the Republican Party's nomination, but he is far and away the frontrunner according to all the polls. And that is why it is critical for both Biden and Trump to understand what might swing these undecided voters. Who are these Americans? According to the Wall Street Journal, 39% of them identify as ideologically moderate. And perhaps most critically, only about 11% of them think the country is going in the right direction. This is a whole 12 points lower than the rest of the electorate. This bleak outlook, obviously very bad news for President Biden, as he is the current occupant of the Oval Office. But all is not doom and gloom for the octogenarian seeking a second term. While persuadable voters have a negative opinion of both Trump and Biden, they view the quadruply indicted Trump more unfavorably than Biden by 4 points. And perhaps unsurprisingly, undecided voters are less focused on the biggest political stories of the day than the rest of the electorate. Meaning these voters are not following the various criminal indictments against Donald Trump and the allegations against Joe Biden's son, Hunter. But what these voters are focused on is the state of the economy. And according to them, things are not going well. 2/3 of them saying the economy has gotten worse under President Biden. For perspective, this is 11 points higher than all other voters. In essence, undecided voters are less approving of Biden's handling of the economy than most Americans. However, Trump is also vulnerable on a key issue that has upended elections across the nation: abortion. Persuadable voters 5 points more supportive of abortion rights than all other Americans. And of course, Trump is responsible for appointing 3 of the 6 Supreme Court justices who voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. In addition, undecided voters overwhelmingly think Trump committed a crime trying to stay in office after the 2020 election, and that his efforts to cling on to power were illegal. So what does this all mean for Biden and Trump? First and foremost, just turning out the base will not be enough for either man to win re-election. Both candidates likely need to win over a majority of persuadable voters. And these Americans, who are overwhelmingly white and not college graduates, look like classic pocketbook voters, meaning they will vote for the candidate they believe will best help their bottom line. For Trump, this means hammering Biden over inflation and cost of living. And for Biden, this means explaining how Trump's economic policies solely benefited the wealthy while decimating the middle class. In addition, despite President Biden being extremely uncomfortable talking about abortion rights, due largely in part to his Catholic faith, he must hammer home that it is because of Trump and Trump alone that women in America no longer have control over their own bodies. And yes, there are hundreds of other crucially important issues, but those issues are not going to win either candidate the White House. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe, share, and join me tomorrow for more.